Hey everybody, it's me Jada, and today I'm going to be telling you a few reasons why you should get the iPhone 11 or 11 Pro. The main reason I'm making this video is because a lot of people has a lot to say about this phone. They say the camera's ugly, that there's no real difference between this phone and the iPhone 10, and that it was just a waste of money, which is not the case at all. I think this phone is worth it, and I'm going to tell you a few reasons why I think it's worth it and what I like and how it benefits me more basically than when I had my iPhone XS. So starting with the box, here's the box from the iPhone XS Max, and here's the box for the 11 Pro Max. I got it in gold obviously, but the big difference is just from instead of it being white, it's now black. I like the white better, but I guess it doesn't really matter. But when you open the box, there's the basic little card it always has that shows your little thing for your SIM card, and it has a little manual about how to work the basics of the phone and what it basically has, and then always the two little Apple stickers that they always give you. And then you have your headphones, which I probably won't ever use because I use my AirPods. And then under that there's obviously your charger. I didn't know that this phone had the big block or wall piece, whatever you want to call it. I was shocked that it had this because I had no idea. I thought it was just a regular little one that they always give us. But here's the basic one that we usually get, and then here's the new one. It's an 18-watt fast charger. It's obviously the little hole is smaller than the older one, and yeah, it's a pretty big difference. It's a fast charger. It charges your phone a lot faster than the other ones, and honestly it's about time that they did that. The other difference on the wire is the piece that actually goes into the little box. So it's more of like the pieces that go into your MacBooks or iMac, whatever you have. That leads me to my first reason why this phone is really worth it. And the main one is the battery. Now with the iPhone 10 and 10s or whatever, the battery wasn't bad, but it just took really long to charge. It will last a good amount of time, but with this, it charges really fast and the battery lasts all day. If you know me, you know I'm on my phone 24/7, and I haven't gotten to a point where it was about to die at all. So with the iPhone 11 Pro Max, it lasts 5 hours longer, and with the regular iPhone 11 Pro, it only lasts about 4 hours longer, which is still a really good amount of time. But yeah, that was my main issue with the phone, just the battery. And thank God they upgraded on that, which is something that actually matters when it comes to the phone. And it doesn't overheat or anything like that. I never really had that problem. That's one of my main reasons why I really love this phone now. Another thing that I like that they changed about the phone is the back. So instead of it being like a glossy glass texture or whatever, it's now a frosted matte finish. Now I've never really had a problem with the glass necessarily, just fingerprint and it would kind of get scratched really easily. It's a lot smoother. There really isn't a difference with the grip, but the only thing that still has the glossy glass is around the camera, but no one's really going to be touching the camera, so it's not an issue. They also got rid of where it says iPhone down in the bottom and moved the Apple symbol to the center, and I like that a lot better because one, it just looks better to look at, and I have OCD, so it's just like satisfying than it being further up than what it usually was. I don't know, but that's one thing I like. I like how it feels better than the glass, whatever. And they say it was supposed to be a lot stronger than the other backs on the iPhone, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep a case on regardless because I don't want it to get scratched or anything, just in case. But anyways, another thing I like that they have updated with the new phone is they have better Face ID recognition. I don't know if I'm the only one that had this problem, but when I had my XS Max, there was always a little struggle with the Face ID. Either if my hand was too far away, or if it wasn't in like a specific angle, really, it wouldn't always work. And I get it's not the biggest issue, you know, you always type your password in, but it was something that got kind of annoying because I use Apple Pay a lot, and so when I just double click my phone and put it near the scanner and it's not scanning my face properly, then I have to actually sit and enter my password. It gets annoying. But with this, when I set up Face ID, I can have my phone further out, I can have it tilted or to the side kind of, and it still recognizes my face. I don't know, it's not the biggest issue, but it was a little annoying for me with my other phone, so thankfully they just made it a little easier, I guess. But speaking of the cameras and the Face ID and all of that, that leads me to another reason why I like this phone so much, is because of all the cameras and the front facing camera. So I feel like what a lot of people think is just, oh, they just added another camera no real difference, but they did make a lot of changes to what the camera can actually do. In videos, it has better stabilization exposure, and the back 3 cameras now can also film in 4K 60, and the front camera can also film in 4K now. And they also added what Apple calls a slow feed, which is basically just slow motion for the front facing camera. And I barely use the slow motion effect or whatever with the back camera, and I mean, maybe now that it's in the front, it may be more convenient for when I want to use slow motion, but I'll probably use it once and never again. But I mean, I'm glad it's there in the front now. And they also have a night mode, so it's basically if the light is really dark or if it's little to no light at all, I guess, then it'll still take a really good picture. Probably not a really good picture where you would have with the lighting and all that, but for it to be really low light and how some of the pictures come out with using night mode is really good. I'm glad that it has that, because the lighting isn't always the best in some places where I want to take pictures, and at least it'll give me something to work with. So pretty much my last reason for why this is like a good upgrade is basically because it's more durable and it's more water resistant. I read that in the iPhone 11 and the 11 Pro Max is that this glass is the toughest glass in a smartphone ever. And there are plenty of videos online of people test dropping them straight on from the back, the side. I will not be dropping my phone at all in this video, but there's plenty all over YouTube if you want to go see for yourself. And as for it being more water resistant, it said for up to 4 meters for 30 minutes, and I mean, that's really good. So for all those out there that say the iPhone 11 is just basic, all they did was add one camera, it is so much more deeper than that. There's probably other stuff in the phone that I don't really know about because I'm not like a tech person. Regardless of what anyone says, I don't care. This is a really good phone. Plus there's a lot more colors in the iPhone 11, and it's cheaper than most of the other phones. It's only like what, $6.99 I think. But I want to know what some of you think about this phone, so let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.